3/8 mile Kalamazoo Speedway hosts the 6th race of the AST Voltson Super Trucks 2014 season. On the pole is Jack Clark in the 789, making his 3rd start of the season. Kevin Thompson's on his outside. Clark is a racer from the Toledo Speedway who is starting all of the asphalt short tracks races this season. Didn't do so well at Flat Rock in his first start, but did very well in his home race at Toledo, and has put the truck on pole for today. Ronald Way is moving up into 2nd place, Michael McKinley trying to follow him through to 3rd. Towards the back of the field, Hunter Blaze is a little bit out of shape coming off of turn 4. He gets into the back of Nancy Keith and spins her around off of turn 2. The caution is out on the 2nd lap of the race, and whoa, hang on to it. Blaze getting out of shape in turn 3 as he runs up into Chris Washer. Fortunately, they keep it together. Another look at it, Keith gets turned into the outside wall. Blaze was trying to recover from getting out of shape off of the 4th corner, and it did not work out. Keith harmlessly spins into the outside wall. Clark continued to lead on the restart with Ronald Way in 2nd, but Michael McKinley would immediately get around Way for the 2nd position. And moving up into 3rd is Brianna Princehorn. Princehorn finished in 4th last week at Winston, her best finish of the season, and she is trying to improve upon that here tonight. One of the 3 hometown drivers in this race is Alex Martinez in the Red Gate Racing number 48. Martinez has several TM Mexico starts to his name, but when he is not in Mexico, he has been up here racing in the Kalamazoo Speedway for much of the last 10 years. 3 wide behind him is getting a little out of hand. Martinez gets turned around, several trucks are spinning up turn 3, and Dave Coleman gets knocked off the ground by Chris Washer, who piled into Nancy Keith and the 56. Let's take another look at what happened here. Watch Coleman in the 56. He moves to the inside of Terry Ruiz Jr. in turn 1. That makes him in the middle of a 3-wide situation, and it does not work out off of turn 2. Washer piles into Keith and Coleman. That was a pretty hard hit that Coleman took to his door. Ruiz went spinning as well. Here's another look at it once again. Coleman put himself in the middle of a 3-wide situation when he moved low, and Martinez pushed up a little higher than I think he was expecting, and they all just got together. Washer, not very much application of the brakes from the 96 truck, but Guy Ward and Ron Fergus were pretty lucky to avoid that themselves. Ron Ward right now, right here, in the AK-47 truck. There is the 56, the 8, and the 18, all going around in front of him, and he barely gets through. Good job on Ward's part there. And also to Ron Fergus. Watch him as he comes up on this accident, slows down just enough to take to the inside and get around the wreck. Under caution, Jack Clark is still leading, and McKinley is up into 2nd, but the 789 has just brake checked the 99M under caution in turn 2. I don't know what that was all about, but the damage that McKinley has received from running into the back of Clark's truck is going to take him out of the race. This is the 2nd time that McKinley has been taken out of the top 3 position from a race. He also went out in MIS due to a mechanical failure under caution. I'm sure that the officials will be looking into that, but regardless, Clark still led on the restart. Princehorn in 2nd, but John White has moved around Chase Eberhardt and is now getting around the 7 truck. White has been one of the quietest racers all season, but he's consistently been finishing in the top 5 and 10, and is in the top 5 in points coming into this race. The most recent race winner in the series, Zach Churchill, has just smacked the wall off of turn 4. He's running in about 12th place, or was running there before that happened. The Winston winner, not backing up that win so well here so far tonight. There are 2 drivers in the field making their debut today. Team Michigan has fielded 2 trucks. Here's the 75 of 15-year-old Amberly Weiss, and her teammate, the 57 of Scotty Redden, the 18-year-old. Both drivers are doing a respectable job so far. Together they made up row 7 on the starting grid, and at this point are running in the midfield. Chase Eberhardt has gotten to the inside of John White and has cleared him for the 2nd spot. Eberhardt now sets his sights on Jack Clark, who has led every lap so far tonight. Not so surprised to see Eberhardt up close to the front for 2 reasons. 1, he has been very fast in the races that he showed up to this season. And 2, Eberhardt is from the Kalamazoo Speedway. He's another one of the hometown heroes, and is putting all of that knowledge that he has of the track to very good use. He's closing in on the 789. The 3rd hometown driver in the race is the number 23 of Mike Ramos. Ramos was running in 5th on the most recent restart, but has been dropping through the field. He's currently getting passed by Alex Martinez, another Kalamazoo racer who of course was involved in the most recent caution. Ramos has been keeping his truck clean, but again is on his way to the back, and you see Daryl Quick is also running pretty far back as well. Nancy Keith trying to work her way forward as well, and Dave Coleman is running in front of all of them. He's passed several trucks since the restart and is clawing his way towards the front. He took a pretty hard hit to the driver's door from Chris Washer, but that appears not to have done much damage. If anything, it seems to have made that 56 truck even faster, as he is really closing in on the trucks in front of him, trying to chase down the 90 of Kevin Thompson at the moment. Hunter Blaze is another driver working his way up towards the front. Blaze was involved in the first caution. He was the driver who spun Nancy Keith by accident, and John White smacks the wall in front of him. That's going to hand the 4th place over to Blaze. Blaze has 2 3rd place finishes to his name this season. Ron Fergus is now about to be lapped by Jack Clark, but he almost cuts him off in turn 3. Fortunately, I guess he sees him at the last second and moves out of the way. Nonetheless, Clark will have no further issues getting around him. Priest Motors has struggled to show speed all season ever since they debuted at Flat Rock, as Eberhard now gets around the 72F. Alex Martinez has not been able to find his way forward since being involved in that second caution, and unfortunately, to add insult to injury, the engine is going to go up in smoke on his car. He pulls down in front of Caden Holt and spins himself up turn 1. That's the 3rd caution of the race. And he's going to pull low, trying to get to the apron and right in front of Jack Clark, the leader. Fortunately, no major damage was inflicted upon Clark's car, nor on Prinzhorn's, who also hit the 48. Neither driver would have to pit for repairs, and they retain their positions for the restart. Ron Fergus now is restarting on the inside 1 lap down. John White is going to move to the inside of Hunter Blaze for the 4th position, and at the same time Davis goes to White's inside. They're now 3 wide down the backstretch and in turn 3, and Davis gets into the back of the 06 once, twice, and spins John White up turn 4. Fortunately, nobody hits him, but Guy Ward's in the wall behind him, and Darrell Quick is spun around further down the front straightaway. The 82 truck in trouble for the 2nd week in a row. Let's see what happened to him. Dave Coleman moves down and door checks the 82 as a reaction to White spinning up the track. That knocked Quick into the pit exit opening in the inside wall. Fortunately, he would be able to continue on, as you see Quick now going by to get his lap back. The leaders lapped him under caution, and Chase Eberhard just got run over by the 57 of Scotty Redden under caution while Redden was trying to get back on the lead lap. I have no idea what that was about. Let's take another look at it here. Redden coming up to pass them and aims straight for the 91 and runs into the back of him. That was absolutely uncalled for. I really want to know what Scotty Redden had against Chase Eberhard, and I'm sure the officials will not be very happy with him either. As Clark leads on the restart once again, Dave Coleman makes a move to the inside of Gordon Davis, continuing to charge his way through the field, and is in the top 5 now. This is Coleman's last start of the season, and I'm sure he wants to leave on the highest note possible as Blaze is around. There's another crash going into turn 1. Just a lap after the restart, the 71 got turned to the inside. Here's another look at it, and I think this might have been Gordon Davis again. Here we go. Blaze bumped Eberhard off the corner and swept down across the 82, so Davis had nothing to do with that. Kevin Thompson also goes around right behind him at the same time. Thompson got hooked by Nancy Keith, who was in a 3-wide situation with Ron Way. The 90 and the 71 spin up turn 1, but fortunately there are no major hits in this accident. All drivers will be able to continue, and Clark once again will lead to the restart. There is now less than 10 laps to go, and Prinzhorn is getting really impatient with having run in the 2nd spot all day. She's not letting the 789 pull away at all, and is right on his bumper off turn 4. There's contact! Clark's in the wall and spinning up turn 1! The caution is out once again. Brianna Prinzhorn has just wrecked the leader with less than 10 laps to go. Clark has led every lap of the day up to this point, but Prinzhorn, trying to set him up to make a move, I do believe, just got into the back of him, just got a little too close off of turn 4, turned him into the inside wall, and when he swept back up the track, he took Prinzhorn into the outside wall with her. Let's get another look on this from on board the 7 truck. She slowly closes in throughout turns 3 and 4, and gets on the throttle just quick enough to get into the back of the 789. I don't think that was intentional, but it was over-exuberant nonetheless, and Prinzhorn has taken both herself and the dominant truck of the day, Jack Clark, out of contention for the win. But this is going to hand the lead to hometown hero Chase Eberhard on a silver platter. That was probably the easiest pass for the lead that Eberhard has ever made in his career. And the race is going to restart with just 2 laps to go. For the first time in the AST Voltson Super Trucks, we are going to see a green-white checker restart. Eberhard protecting the inside over second place Dave Coleman, who is trying to win in his last start of the season. Gordon Davis and Daryl Quick are right behind them. The green flag is in the air. Eberhard gets a good start. Davis peaking low. No one is making a move within the top 5 just yet as they're coming around to the white flag. Eberhard slowly pulling away. And here comes Coleman to the inside. He's making a move. No, he's not. The yellow is out. The caution is out just before the leaders took the white flag. And that's the end of the race right there. Chase Eberhard is going to be your victor. And here's what the yellow is for. Scotty Redden, he's had enough problems of his own tonight, but after the restart, he loses his engine in turn 1. Cuts down in front of Brianna Prinzhorn and spins up turn 1. And there is no choice that the officials had but to throw the yellow with the 57 truck sitting on the track. And Chase Eberhard is going to take the victory in front of his home crowd. This is the first driver all season to win at their home racetrack, and it is only Eberhard's 4th start of the year as well, and 4th top 10. Congratulations to Chase Eberhard on the victory. Dave Coleman, who knows if he would have been able to take that win if he had been able to run the last lap, but nonetheless, a fantastic second place run by Coleman. Gordon Davis, the points leader, finishes in 3rd, and in front of his points rival Daryl Quick, who finished 4th. Zach Churchill, after winning at Winston, backs up that win with the top 5. Ronald Way, Eberhard's teammate and a driver who also has lots of experience at Kalamazoo, finishes in 6th, so both of the Outlaw Motorsports trucks had good runs today. John White finishes in 7th, that's another quiet top 10 run for him. Amberly Weiss, on debut, has a much cleaner race than her teammate. She finishes in 8th, good job to her. Mike Ramos finishes in 9th, the other Kalamazoo racer who finished, so at least Ramos got a top 10. And another top 10 run for Hunter Blaze, as he will bring home another 10th place finish.